If you like to make your NFL games a little bit more interesting, you've come to the right place. It's the Even Money Podcast with Ross Tucker and Steve Fezzik.
Yeah, Vegas, baby, Vegas. It is the Even Money Podcast. We are presented, of course, by DraftKings. I'm Ross Tucker, former NFL offensive lineman, 5 teams, 7 years. Most of you know that. Love that I have all these podcasts. We put the College Draft Podcast in the Even Money Podcast feed this week. You know why? Because Emery was 3-0 on his college football bets last week on the College Draft Podcast, and he made 5 this week. So I want you guys to check that out while he's on a roll, like Steve and I are. Check me out on social media, please, at Ross Tucker NFL or us at Ross Tucker Pod. If you ever want to be able to ask Steve a question, or I'll ask it for you on the show, all you need to do is take advantage of any of the sponsors you hear on the show, or just rate and review the show. Send it to me, Ross at rosstucker.com. You can get a loved one, the best gift ever for the holidays, myfrontpagestory.com. Send that to me. I will ask Steve your question on the show. You can always watch us, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. More and more people every week, Steve, they want to see the vaunted Sean Grady, a.k.a. Grades, the perfect nickname for the guy that does our betting grades, his vaunted spreadsheet at patreon.com/RT Media. Once you're a Tuckheads member, you'll get access to the Slack channel to see it. Patreon.com/RT Media. Shout out to Ben Grimeau, Randy Sparks, and Daniel Lindstead as we rack up the patrons who like to see the bets and the results, for that matter, in black and white. Speaking of the results, Steve, we always start with that. It was another winning week. Not a huge week, but a winning week nonetheless. I was up 1 unit. You were up 2 units. So for the week, for the year, I'm now up 18 units. You are up 8.5 units. Interesting situation, Steve, that we need to talk about. By the way, somebody hit us up on the youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL, saying that the 2-team 6-point teasers at DraftKings are not minus 120. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
They are. And our first teaser leg, Steve, I definitely had it. Let's see if you did too. Yeah, you did as well. We had the Texans. So I checked with DraftKings. This is important, Steve, and you can speak to how important this is. We were getting Texans +8. They lost 21-13. It was a push. Now, Steve, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but some places, if one of the teaser legs is a push, it's a loser. For DraftKings, if the one teaser leg's a push, the other one's a winner, then the whole bet is a push. If the one teaser bet's a push, the other one's a loser, then you lose. But essentially, it's a push. It's a push if you push on a teaser leg.
Yes, and with some books having ties lose, if you do happen to play at a book that has that rule, I don't know why you would, you should never play an integer. So in that example, if you have a +2 on Houston, you would never tease the +8 because essentially you're teasing to +7.5, right? Because ties lose. So you should always tease to the half point. Use the 6.5-point teaser for those teasers. And that way you can't push because you're playing nothing but half-point spreads.
Got it. Love it. That's another valuable part of being with DraftKings. So by the way, on my teaser leg, Steve, the Texans pushed, Bengals hit, Cowboys hit, Eagles hit, Chiefs hit. The Browns did not. Still very much a profitable week on the teaser legs. I mentioned already Texans. That was a push for us. Broncos, Ravens, I laid a point on the Broncos getting 9. They got hammered 41-10. Bills, Dolphins, I leaned Dolphins getting the 6. You leaned to the over 50. They were both good leans, Steve. So if you guys want to bet more, bet our leans because the leans are usually pretty good. The Dolphins, of course, lost by 3, and the total went to 57. Raiders, Bengals. I tried to middle it by putting 1 point on the Raiders, getting 7.5. Thought the Bengals would win by 1 score. They blew them out 41-24. The teaser leg did hit for both Steve and I on the Bengals minus 1.5. Commanders, Giants. Steve, it was a best bet. We both love the spot for the Giants. The Commanders coming off the Hail Maryland. We were getting 3.5. We love getting 3.5. They lost by 5, 27-22.
Plinko, coin flip, 2-point conversions. Didn't get either one of the two. It happens.
Chargers, Browns. I had the Browns as a teaser leg, as did you, Steve. That was our one teaser leg that didn't come through. Jameis threw 3 picks. The Browns, I can't remember the last time I saw this. They just totally dropped 2 coverages for like long bomb touchdowns. Like, just didn't cover the guy at all. Wasn't like, oh, this guy got beat or whatever. They just totally dropped cover. And they're a good defense. They're a good defense, Steve.
They were a good defense, apparently. Yeah, pump the brakes on the Browns playoff picture. One nice win against Baltimore and what's going to be a 4 to 5 win season. Yes.
Cowboys, Falcons. I had the Cowboys as a teaser leg. You leaned to the Falcons, Steve. They both came through. The Falcons won by 6. The Cowboys, Cooper Rush got me that backdoor touchdown to cover the 8.5 for that teaser leg. Needed that badly. Patriots, Titans. We had a best bet, Steve. We both put 2 units on the Patriots. Now, sometimes you benefit, sometimes you don't from close calls, but this was our crowning moment. Crowning Moments is presented by DraftKings. Submit your winning bets for a chance to be featured. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Steve, 2 things on the Patriots. Number 1, they were down 7. We had them getting 3.5 points. Drake May, thank you, Drake May, for making that miraculous play. But then they should have gone for 2 there.
Yeah. What's interesting about that play is that so often I see a defense like lose containment and let a scrambling quarterback run past them because they're trying so hard to sack the quarterback, and the quarterback runs it in. It drives me crazy. I'm like, why do they allow that? Your number one priority, don't let the quarterback run in. Well, the Titans may have taken that to the next level because at some point, I think you got to have one dude go a couple yards past the line of scrimmage and actually tackle the quarterback. Just an amazing play if you didn't see it. I've never seen that before. Literally 12 seconds, a quarterback's just sitting there in the red zone and no one gets to him.
Hey, it's a best bet win. Thank you, Drake. And then for the interception in overtime, although it didn't matter at that point. Saints, Panthers. You put 2 units on the Panthers, Steve, getting 7. I just leaned that way. Bryce Young and the boys came through. The Saints, how the mighty have fallen. Eagles, Jags. I took the Eagles down as a teaser leg. You did as well to minus 1.5. They made it close at the end, but they covered. Bears, Cardinals. You put 2 units on the over, Steve. Over 44.5. The Bears scored 9 points.
Bad play. I don't know what I was thinking. Hey, I do want to address Sirianni's getting thrown under the bus. Without going into great details, I don't really think he made a mistake. I think it was fine. His decisions, the other decision would be fine also. But hey, you get the ball on the 1 yard line. A lot of coaches don't go for the 2-point conversion from the 1, and that's almost always a mistake. Maybe this was an exception to the rule, but I have no problem. Basic strategy. I don't care. It's the first half. I don't care. You make a 3-score game. I like the higher expectation of going for it.
Wow. Okay. I do not agree when it's the difference between being up 2 scores or 3 scores, but I am interested to hear you say that, Steve. What about the next game? We talked about Bears, Cardinals, Lions, Packers. We didn't have anything on it. Rams, Seahawks. We didn't have anything. Oh no, you had the Seahawks in a teaser leg, Steve, up to +7. and they won by 6. Nice.
I think a horrific
Colts fight. Go ahead.
horrific play call, 4th and 1 in the red zone in overtime. Correct, go for it. If there's one time to fake the line plunge and throw to the end zone, that's the spot. Because even if you get the first down, it's still going to be hard to score, Ross. You're going to have 1st and goal from the 10. So I would have loved an aggressive play to end the game right there. The defense would not have been seeing it coming. You throw to the tight end of the end zone, wide open, game over.
Colts Vikings. I put 1 unit on the Colts getting 6 points. You put 2 units on the Colts. It was a best bet, Steve. They lost 21-13, even with a defensive touchdown. Very disappointing. Bucks Chiefs last night. We both teased the Chiefs down to -2.5. It was close, but they came through. They usually do. 5 and 6 on our best bets this week. 4 and 4 on those teasers. 2 pushes. So for the year, 35, 29, and 2 on our best bets, a 53% strike rate. Steve, speaking of winning and winning bets, there is no better bet than my friends at westshorehome.com/Ross, where, by the way, you can see the 2 new showers that we got put in, and you can see our new front door. I'm doing 2 more doors because I kind of want to match the front door now, and it's awesome. I never thought I could like a door that much, and my daughters especially adore their shower. Here's the deal. Free installation, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. I know some of you have thought about getting a new door, or you've thought about redoing your showers. They're guaranteeing install for the showers by Christmas, or it's free. Talk about a great Christmas gift. Go to westshorehome.com/Ross to redeem. westshorehome.com/Ross. And at least check out my house, westshorehome.com/Ross. And while you're at it, you can drink some Labatt Blue Lights during Christmas after your wife is so happy that you got her that new awesome shower or front door. Drink Labatt Blue Lights with your friends. Live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. We move onward and upward. Week 10 in the NFL starts Thursday night, Steve. The Bengals at the Ravens. Bengals are getting 6. The total is 53.
I make the game 6.5. I'm still going to lean to the Bengals just because they really should have beat Baltimore. They had every opportunity in the first meeting. And whenever a team beats you in your crib, I oftentimes think it reverses. And the Bengals are really good playing elite teams in the NFL. They almost beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. Lean Bengals.
I will lean Bengals as well because they need this game like blood. But I can't do it unless it was 7.5. Giants, Panthers. It's in Germany. Giants are laying 5. Totals 41.5.
Yes, and there's a long history of these international games. The favored team winds up covering, and I'm going to respect that, although I have to say I only make it 4.5, and it sure looks strange to see the New York Giants as a favorite like this. I got nothing. I pass.
Well, it's a lean for sure to the Panthers for me. I'm very tempted to even put 1 unit on the Panthers. However, I've seen this movie before with them. They win a game. Hey, we won a game. Bryce Young won a game. We won. And then there's a big letdown the next week. So it's just a lean to me for the Panthers getting those 5 points. What about the Steelers Commanders? Wow, 1 o'clock game, a good one. Steelers are getting 2.5. Steve, totals 46.
Well, if it's going to be a good game, Ross, that means it's not going to be a blowout. That means Pittsburgh teasers are going to cover. Pittsburgh is my first leg in my teasers.
Yep, I have 4 teaser legs this week as well. We'll get to the rest of them as we move on, but the Steelers definitely one of my teaser legs also. I'm sure we'll have some of the same for a best bet a little bit later. Total was 46. Not sure if I said that or not. Bills Colts. Bills laying 4. Totals 47.
I actually make it 5. So that means my power ratings lean a little bit to Buffalo. I'm going to lean to the over, but I'm going to pass.
I'll pass as well. If anything, I would lean to the Colts. Just feels like they're going to bounce back from that performance Sunday night. It's in Indy. Feel like it's a close game. Bills probably win by a field goal, so it's just a lean to Indy for me. Falcons, Saints. Saints are getting 3.5. Totals 46.5, Steve.
Yeah, so obviously Olave is out, but New Orleans fires Dennis Allen. That's always a good spot for a team. The look ahead was pick 'em. Who are the Falcons? All they do is play close games typically. Who are the Falcons to be laying 3.5? This one goes to overtime. I don't know who wins. New Orleans plus 3.5 for 2 units.
Interestingly, when I looked at this 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago maybe, it was New Orleans plus 3. It just went up to plus 3.5. That's the difference for me. 2 units on the Saints plus 3.5. They get the fired coach boost. I agree with everything that you just said. That's a best bet. All right, Vikings, Jaguars. Vikings get the big win, Sunday Night Football. Now they go down the road to Jacksonville. Totals 47.5. The Vikings are laying 4.
I was going to play the over, just to lean over. The reason I'm not going to play over is both these teams have played a confluence of high-scoring teams. So their stats are a little bit skewed towards higher-scoring games. And because of that, I really don't want to be involved with overs, but I still will lean that way.
I'm gonna put a unit on the Jaguars, just 1 unit at plus 4. They're not that bad. They play so many one-score games. If I'm getting 4 points, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So 1 unit on the Jaguars getting the 4. What about the Patriots and the Bears? Patriots are getting 6.5 on the road. Totals a low 39.5, Steve.
I actually make this a lot higher, but I can't do it. I'm worried about Chicago and their chemistry, etc. And May is the much better quarterback. My power ratings say I got to lean Chicago. I lean that way.
Wait. Hold on a second. May is the much better quarterback?
Oh, yeah, versus Brissett. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought you were talking about versus Caleb Williams. I was anxious to hear about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would. I don't really even have a lean there, to be honest with you. I think that number is right. What about the Broncos and the Chiefs? The Broncos are getting 9, totals 41.5.
Okay, so I really want to tease Kansas City. Oh, by the way, shout out last night to Tampa Bay, who clearly should have gone for 2, but it was good for me because I helped Kansas City cover that teaser. So thank you, Tampa Bay. I have to use a 6.5 point teaser. I'm going to use one of them this week. So Kansas City, I got to get them down to minus 2.5. And I'll pair that with the Jets from +1 up to +7.5. So 1 6.5 point teaser.
Got it. I like the Broncos. +9, 2 units. All the Chiefs do is play in one-score games. The Broncos just got embarrassed by the Ravens. I think they bounce back. Short week for the Chiefs. Give me the Broncos +9. If we need to, Bo Nix gets the backdoor cover late. 2 units. While we're on it, Steve, because we got the Niners and Bucks next, why should Todd Bowles have definitely gone for 2?
Because you're the underdog. There's less than 30 seconds to play, so it's not like Kansas City can really benefit with the knowledge that they need to score if you're successful. And further, get on the phone, call Kansas City. Hey, what would you guys like us to do? If I bet Kansas City on the money line, I'm like, please God, kick the extra point. I'll win. I'll find a way to win in overtime. I don't want it to be decided by a coin flip, 2-point conversion. But they did what Kansas City wanted them to do. And you know what? They could have missed that extra point in the conditions as well. That was dangerous to kick the extra point also. Just wrong on every level.
So what's interesting to me about that is usually we talk about the fact that even if they get the 2-point conversion, then the Chiefs have 4 downs to know they need to get a field goal there.
If there had been 40 seconds left, I'd agree, but there was only 28 seconds left. So after you score, you mortar kick to the 2. That runs 5 seconds off the clock, which the Bills didn't do when there were 17 seconds against Kansas City. The weather was bad. There wasn't going to be enough time for KC to be able to get reasonably to get a field goal.
What about the Niners laying 6 against those Bucks in Tampa, Steve? Totals 48.
Yeah, I don't have much at all on this game. I worry about teams off overtime. I actually think your pick against the Chiefs makes a lot of sense with Denver. In fact, I'm going to join you. Add me on Denver plus the 9 for 1 unit as well. But I'm going to pass the San Fran game.
Yeah, I'll just have a heavy lean to the Bucs plus the 6. I just think Baker keeps them in these games, and I think that'll be a competitive game like all these recent Bucs losses have been. Not only are the Bucs coming off a Monday night overtime game, but the Niners are coming off a bye, which concerns me. They might get run out of the building. Titans, Chargers, Steve. Titans are getting 7.5 on the road. Totals 38. Pretty easy teaser leg, right?
Yeah, so second teaser I use is the Chargers, absolutely. Hey, I'm going to play, you're not going to like this play. I'm going to play the over 38. What the heck am I doing? It turns out both these teams, Tennessee and the Chargers, have played a confluence of low-scoring teams, all right? That's why every Charger game has gone under. They played no offense. It's pretty much the same with Tennessee. So because of that, we're getting a really low total at 38. I'm going to trust my numbers that says that these teams are better on offense than they look, and they're worse on defense. So I'm going to go over 38.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Not having watched the Tennessee Titans play football, I'm not. And even the Chargers, they're not really even looking to score that many points. I'm just you're doing the Chargers teaser leg, right?
Yes.
All right, we both got the Chargers as a teaser leg as well to minus 1.5. Speaking of teaser legs, Eagles laying 7.5 on the road. Looks like Dak is out. Totals 41.5. I got the Eagles down to minus 1.5. They can't lose the game without Dak playing.
I agree with that. I hate teasing road teams, but I think Dallas is a dead team now. And I can't see Cooper Rush winning the game. Yeah, I will use Philly in the teaser's legs also.
All right, what about Jets Cardinals? The total's 46. So the Jets are plus 1. You're taking the Jets up to 7.5, you said. 6.5 point teaser?
Yeah, with Kansas City. That's right.
And that's minus 130, right?
That's right.
Okay. I have nothing on this game. Probably not even a lean. I kind of think the Jets have a decent chance to win the game, but that's about it. What about the Lions and the Texans, Steve? Lions are laying 3 points, totals 50.5.
All right. Well, I make this game 3.5. And I know this is normally the game we play the underdog, and I know Houston's getting healthier. Detroit's had 2 straight games against Tennessee and Green Bay. They didn't even have to play really in the second half. They just coasted to victory. If I can get minus 3 with the best team in the NFL, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lay it with the Lions, 2 units.
Wow. All right. I thought about that. I'll just do 1 unit. Detroit, minus 3, 1 unit. Major issues for the Texans up front. Dolphins Monday night at the Rams. Dolphins are getting 2.5. Totals 51, Steve.
Yep, Miami's going to be the last teaser legs. This should be just a shootout, a close game. Because it's Monday night, give me the over for a unit as well. Both teams should go up and down the field.
You and I have the exact same 4. Well, we have 4 of the same teaser legs. You have the 6.5 point ones. I don't do that. But I got the Dolphins up to plus 8.5. That'll be a close 1-score game. Tua is actually playing pretty well. So I've got Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, Dolphins as my teaser legs. Steve also added in there the Jets and the Chiefs. I mentioned this on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, the power rankings today. I'll mention it to you guys too. Buddy of mine, of course, texted me, "Yo, dude, can you get me tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game?" No, I can't get you tickets to the Eagles-Cowboys game. But if you go to the Game Time app, which is where I highly recommend, you can get in for $55. Are you kidding me? He's always wanted to take his son to a road game against the Cowboys. That's the Eagles' biggest rival. What I love about Game Time, they got those Game Time picks, which makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater. The lowest price guarantee is huge. Love the panoramic view from your seat. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code MONEY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code MONEY for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Hey, so this Smirnoff contest is ending soon. I've been telling you guys about it the last couple weeks. It's WeDoGameDays.com. It ends November 15th. They're giving fans in select areas of the country a chance to win the ultimate game day experience, tickets, sideline passes, much more. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff number 21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please not share with anyone under legal drinking age. No purchase necessary. 21 plus and 11/15/24. See rules at website for participating area and other important details. Sponsored by Diageo Americas Incorporated, New York, New York. Here's the deal. There's no I in football. It's a we thing. You experience it together. Good drinks, good folks. That's my friends at Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka and official vodka partner of the NFL. WeDoGameDays.com. WeDoGameDays.com. Steve, I know it's election day, and I know from your social media at Fezzik Sports that you talk a lot about the election from a betting perspective. Obviously not talking politics here. Talk to me about it from a betting perspective.
Current odds, Trump is the favorite, -160. Harris take back, +160. A no vig line. I am going to make a prediction here. The sharp guys I've spoken to say the value is on Harris. The logical path for her to win is, and it might be her only out, is to sweep the blue wall. She should win Michigan. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania could go either way. But if she gets those 3 states, Ross, she likely, even if she gets swept in the other battleground states, she would win 270 to 268. And the reason she would win is because Peyton Manning's been telling you for years. Omaha, Nebraska, the city of Omaha. There's a reason Manning says Omaha, not Dayton, Cheyenne, or Biloxi. There's one electoral vote in the district surrounding Omaha, and that will go blue, and very, very likely to go blue, and that would be just enough, Ross, for Nebraska to decide the election 270 to 268. It's one of the paths that certainly could happen today.
Wow. So is that what you're betting?
I just bet Harris. I'd recommend a bet on Harris +150. Yes.
Got it. Awesome. That is very, very interesting. I don't follow it or pay attention at all. It is funny. It is funny to me how much people bet on the election. Man, what a country. Check him out on social media at Fezzik Sports. I am at Ross Tucker NFL. We are at Ross Tucker Pod. Hope you guys enjoy the college draft podcast this week as well. Other than that, good luck, everybody. Hope you guys win some money this week. You deserve it.
Thanks for tuning in to Even Money. Make sure to also check out the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Fantasy Feast, and College Draft, all on the DraftKings Network, YouTube, or subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform.